Work weeks in my life are often filled with creativity, strategy, and a little bit of tech magic. That's the world that I feel very lucky to be a part of. I'm Angel. I've spent the last 7 years working in tech, with the last 3 leading a marketing team at a fast-paced tech startup. I usually do day in my life videos where I show you what a typical day looks like in my work week. But this time I wanted to show you a complete work week in my life where I kind of go over stuff I do at work, my wind down routine, and how I take care of myself so that I can perform better at work. So I'm gonna document everything from creating campaigns to admin work to organizing our Notion database and how I actually deal with the pressures from my 9 to 5. We are starting with Monday with a very early morning workshop that I signed up for, which I was definitely regretting when I sat down at 6 a.m. to watch this workshop. But a part of my job is making sure that I am staying on top of the latest tech, the latest trends, and always finding ways to learn more so that I can improve at what I do. Good morning. I've actually been attending these workshops lately, so I had one at 6 a.m. this morning, which was a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie, but I did learn some really helpful stuff, so that was really nice to kind of start my morning off with like brain engagement and learning. I have my first call soon, so I'm gonna get ready for that. I'm just gonna type up some meeting notes and just make sure we create a little plan for the meeting so we can stay on track. But this first call is just with my marketing team so that we can go over everything that we've been working on. It's kind of like a weekly stand-up. We have them 3 times a week. I do use Notion to take notes for all of my meetings. It's just super easy to be able to keep everything I do within Notion. I also built out a template that lets me track like what we're gonna talk about, aka the agenda, a space to link references, a space for notes, a space for actionables, and then a separate space that lets you add things into a tasks database. So maybe what I'll do is I will link my meetings database as well as the template in the description box below so you can copy it, you can duplicate it and use it within your workflow. But I just find that making sure that I create an agenda and take notes while I'm going through the meeting just helps me remember what we actually talked about, and then helps me quickly jot down if there's any things that I need to do coming out of the meeting. I feel like the effectiveness of meetings has been increased infinitely since I started doing this. Let's actually hop on this call now. I'm like just about to be late. Good, how are you? How was your weekend? I would like us to go over the Notion dashboard to see like what we can check off from the week before. Okay, I just realized what a mess I look, but first call is done. I am probably going to get ready. The thing about bangs is it's really cute when it's done, but this is like literally what it looks like most of the time, and it's so frustrating because it's like a whole nother step to getting ready that I just do not need, but I have committed myself to. I'm trying to debate whether I should go bangless again, so let me know. Do you like the bangs? Should we keep the bangs? Should I get rid of the bangs? Look at how cute this shirt is. I got my initials and a little green heart stitched onto it. It's from Suzanne. It's just such a nice t-shirt. Before we continue on with the workday, I wanted to shout out today's video sponsor, which is Andar. They make handcrafted premium goodies, and their whole motto or vision is to create products that last. So I thought I could unbox them on camera and show you what I picked out. This is the Atlas. So I actually have been looking for something like this for a really long time. The Atlas is this little pouch that you can use to carry your boarding pass, your passport, cards. I love the smell of leather so much. So what's really cool about this is it has this unique pull tab that makes it super simple to take out whatever is inside. When you're solo traveling especially, which is what I like to do, carry your freaking passport with you everywhere. Do not leave it in your hotel room. So this is perfect because I can put cash in the back, I can put 1 or 2 cards that I need, and then carry my passport with me, and then just stick this into whatever purse I'm wearing so I know everything I need is nice and compact and by my side at all times. Another thing that I got is the Pilot. This is super neat because it's one of those card holders that has the little thing that pushes the cards up. When you put cards in here, Super easy to pop the cards out, so you don't have to worry about trying to fidget with it and pull out your cards, which is so annoying when you're traveling especially. But it also makes it really safe because somebody can't just come and like take your cards out. The last thing I got is the Aspen iPhone case. I did not get a black one in this one because look how freaking gorgeous the white one is. It wraps all the way around so that you have some space so that if your phone lands on the front, it's not gonna crack the glass. Pretty much everything I would want in a phone case. It's so nice. It's so sleek. The buttons are also silver, which matches my white and silver iPhone perfectly. It's just so sleek and sexy, and it just makes an already luxe product feel even more luxe. If you want to check out any of these products or any of Andar's other products, I will link them in the description box below. I'm just gonna use this phone case today because how could I resist? She's gorge. Let me know if you're team card holder or if you're team full wallet. I used to be a full wallet girly, but there's just something about like having a tiny card holder that just speaks to me these days. I've recently been trying to read more like business and entrepreneurial and productivity books because I'm having a moment and I'm in a journey right now. But the one I most recently read was The Infinite Game. I actually just finished this like yesterday. So good. I'll probably do a whole video on this for my series where I talk about books that I read and what I learn from them. I read this book because my CEO actually recommended it to me. It talks about how to be a better leader and think in an infinite mindset, meaning that you want to develop a just cause, a vision that is greater than you, than your company, than making money, and using that as your North Star and guiding point to how you lead, how you treat your team, and how you run your business. I love that there's a huge focus in this book about team dynamics and building a healthy work culture, building trust in your work culture. And there's actually 2 chapters that he talks about this. One is called Will and Resources, which talks about the difference between focusing on will versus focusing on resources. Will is how your people feel, how they feel about work. Are they motivated? Do they have the will to participate? And then your resources are your stakes, your profits, your revenue, your money, essentially. And then the other chapter is called Trusting Teams, which is about, just how to build more trust in your team environment. There's this one quote in here that he says, there is a difference between a group of people who work together and a group of people who trust each other. And I've been in both situations. I've been in workplaces where we're just people that work together. Do I trust these people? No, not at all. Not with getting things done, not with doing their job, nothing. I do not trust them. And then with my current team, frick, I trust them so much to be autonomous, to get their stuff done, to participate, to care about the business. So it makes such a huge difference because when your people care about the vision, about the mission, and about how the business is going, that care really shows through in the work that they produce. Anyways, why I wanted to bring this up is because you're probably watching this video because you either want to be a marketing manager or director, or you currently are one and you just want to see how others work. If you fall under any of those 2 categories, I would definitely recommend checking out The Infinite Game. Buy this, read it. It is so worth it. And yeah, I just feel like Simon Sinek makes great books about business. Even though I do quote unquote work from home, it's actually super important for me to get out to a cafe, to a library, to a hotel lobby, to change up my environment sometimes. There's just something about switching up an environment that refreshes your brain and makes work feel more fun. I definitely don't think I could purely work from home, and these cafe days are so important for me to stay motivated throughout the week. Lately, I've been loving starting my mornings off with reading some nonfiction. I've been reading Million Dollar Weekend by Noah Kagan, which has been pretty inspirational for having a business. I don't know, there's something about learning in the mornings that just works for me. There's just something about getting ready in the morning that makes me feel so much better. I'm tired today, I'm not gonna lie, but I am going to try to go to the gym later because even though I'm tired, going to the gym and getting that like dopamine hit makes me feel infinitely better. So I need that right now. I need the dopamine hit, but I also need to close my stress cycle. I'm just heating up some lunch right now, but as that's getting ready, I thought I would tell you a little bit about the task I've been assigned to today, which is to look into this AI marketing tool. Oftentimes we get assigned these tasks to dig into a company, dig into a tool, dig into a team, just for either competitive research or to see if there's something that we can adopt, whether it's the tool, whether it's the strategy. Recently, we've been looking into some new verticals as well as some different ways and strategies that we could potentially target a new market. In the book that I talked about earlier on in the video called The Infinite Game, there's this concept that he introduces called the existential flex. The existential flex is essentially just having the flexibility to change everything if you need to. The examples he gave were companies like Blockbuster who couldn't keep up with new innovations like Netflix, or big publishers struggling to keep up with new ideas like Amazon. Especially when you're in such a fast-paced industry such as tech, it's so important. Like, I can't stress this enough, how important it is to make sure you're staying on top of everything that's going on. There is a whole boom on AI right now, and different companies are starting to explore how they can invite AI or integrate AI into their own workflows or their products. So anyways, we've been looking into AI a lot recently, both from the angle of how we can use it to better our current workflow, but also from the standpoint of whether it's something that we can use to make our products better. Fully just in research mode right now. We have sort of played with the idea in the past, but at the point that we were talking about it several years ago, it wasn't time yet to make that change. But now, as people are starting to become a lot more familiar with AI and with the usage of AI, it could be time to consider how we can utilize it in our own product development. I'm having leftover curry, which I'm very, very excited about. We have been trying to optimize our meals, which essentially just means cooking these amazing meals, but then freezing a large portion of it so that we can actually have it for lunch and dinner weeks and weeks after we make it, so that when we have a busier week, we don't have to worry about thinking of cooking and grocery shopping and all that stuff. And it has been a godsend. I will never not do this. Chef's kiss, amazing. Good morning. I have a pretty exciting day because I've just been tasked with a new campaign that we're putting together. These projects are always really fun to work on because there's so many moving parts. There are so many different touch points that I get to work on, and I get to plan out the entirety of the campaign, like what we need to essentially achieve our objective. So yeah, these are fun for me. I think I'm gonna start out with sort of just planning out all the necessities of this project, so all the things that I think we'll need to make the campaign a success. And then I think we will probably have time to get to start working on maybe the landing page design, maybe the email campaign design, something along those lines. Oh, I was also working on this blog post, which I guess I'll try to finish that today as well. It's not super urgent, but none of the projects that I'm working on right now are super urgent, so I just rather get some of these easier tasks out of the way. So the objective is to shift some focus and traffic over to a new offering that we have. It's not really a new offering. I guess it's more of like a bundled or value add offering. I think we need, at least for the MVP of this campaign, is a website landing page. We'll need an email campaign to support it. We'll need a website banner. We'll need some customer success support and probably allocate some ad spend. So I think from there we can kind of build on it, but it's always important to have sort of an MVP so you can quickly iterate and test. I am starting out with the landing page now. Let me flip you over so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just going through my Figma file and looking at the previous landing pages that we've worked on. For this specific campaign, I feel like there are going to be landing pages that we can use. And really, we're just trying to test a theory with this campaign. So I don't think we need to build out anything super custom. So you can see this specific page already has a secondary menu, it has all the content, it has the mobile version. So really what I have to do is just copy those two, start a new design page, and then just paste that design there. Now I can just go in and really easily decide like, okay, what do I want to keep and what do I get rid of? I won't need a secondary menu. I can shift this up and then I can start replacing the text with the details of this campaign. One of the best things that I've done for myself working from home is making sure that I always have food in the fridge. And whether that's picking a day of the week and just making a large batch of something, or even just finding the random days where I do have time to make dinner and just cooking more. But there's something about just always having some sort of a meal ready for you that makes my week way less stressful. So if you can, please implement this one tip. It has been a game changer for me. Leftover tacos. Oh my God. I love tacos so freaking much. I am honestly so ready for this week to be over. It's been one of those weeks that has felt really, really tiring. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the weekend. I really just have one main focus task I want to get done today, which is to clean out our Notion dashboard. I actually did recently make an entire video showing you how we project manage within our entire marketing team and how I personally project manage as a marketing director, but also as a content creator. So that's the exact system that we use for our Notion dashboard. In that video also, I put the link to the Notion template I recently released. So I'll link that in the description box below as well if you want to check it out. But over the years, we've sort of added pages to it depending on our team's needs, creating different views. People have created separate dashboards so that they can track their specific roles. There's a lot of stuff in there. And it's been quite a while since I've done a full deep dive into the entire dashboard. This week has just been filled with so many random little tasks that's been assigned. So having this time is chef's kiss, such a blessing. As fun as that task does sound to me, I am also really looking forward to my after work routine today because I'm making pizza. I'm gonna sit down with a book and make myself a tea and do a whole ass end of the week wind down routine because I deserve it, but also because I really need to just close my stress cycle. Let me quickly show you what our marketing Notion dashboard looks like. I've been really enjoying gradients lately, if you can't tell from my desktop background, my banner, and even my phone background, but anywho, this looks pretty similar to my project management productivity dashboard that I recently released. The foundation again is the same, but we've added just like some additional resource pages and views to some of the databases based on the needs of our team. So we now have this marketing processes wiki that needs to be combed through and just re-verified. We have a marketing tools database, which really just lists all of the tools that we use within our tech stack for marketing. I have a database called archived databases. I think I kept these because I thought that maybe they would be useful resources at some point, so I need to evaluate whether that's still true. And then once I have all of that done, I'll comb through our projects and objectives, initiatives, and tasks to make sure all of that is updated. So that is my Notion task for today. One of the most influential books that I've read for dealing with stress has been Burnout by Emily Nagoski. That book really changed the way that I see stress and the way that I deal with stress. And so now I always try to incorporate some sort of way to really close my stress cycle. So that could be in the form of working out, that could be in the form of laughing with friends, that could be in the form of doing something creative, which personally I think that making pizza is creative. But I just want to make sure that I'm always scheduling something in my calendar that brings me joy. If you enjoyed this video, check out the rest of my career vlogs where you'll see more typical days in my life as I'm being productive as a marketing director. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.